How to use LockDown browser in D2L. So I'm here in assessments quizzes, and before I use LockDown browser for my final exam that's scheduled in the future, I made this little practice quiz with only one question in it. It's a true false question, and I made it unlimited attempts. They're probably only going to do it once, but I'm just so that they'll know that they can do as many times as they want. And it's not in the gradebook, but I'm going to attach a Lockdown browser on this just to give my students a chance to know what it looks like, to have the opportunity to download it before the exam, just to make them more comfortable before the final exam. In my case, they're going to be doing their final exam in a classroom with their own laptops, and they'll have their own their their they have admin access to their own laptops, and therefore they can install Lockdown browser and run it from their laptops. For other classes, their students are taking it in a computer lab. It's already been loaded there for them, and they won't have to do the loading step, but they can do the taking the exam step. And so you'll see what that looks like in a minute. So I'm just going to save and close this. So there's a new tab on here called the Lockdown browser tab. And so I'm going to set that for, first off, my practice quiz. Click the down arrow and then settings. And I'm going to change it from does not require lockdown, which is the default, to requiring lockdown browser. There's an optional place for a password, which I'm not going to use for this practice. And in advanced settings, I'm just going to go with the default. And then and save and close. While I'm here, I'm also, and you can see now that it's Lockdown browser is required. I'm going to set the same thing or similar thing for my final exam. Down arrow, settings. I'm going to say it requires Lockdown browser. This case, I am going to put a password in that is going to be used for my whole class and for accessibility. But in advanced feedback, I'm going to require it. I'm also going to say that until the exam is completed, and if there's a problem, I'm going to be able to put a password in that I know of that I can close down Lockdown browser if I need to, if there's complications. This probably won't happen. I'm going to allow for iPad users to have Lockdown browser. I'm not going to allow access to other websites. I'm not going to allow a calculator, and I'm not going to allow printing. So I'm not checking these three. And then save and close. So now what a student will do is they will go into the practice quiz to try it out, and they'll see that before they launch the quiz that they're going to have to download and install Lockdown browser, and this is the link from which they can do that. And so if they click on it, they can see a video about it, they can see what the version is, they can download. Once it's downloaded, then they need to allow it with their admin privileges, choose their language. Have to agree to the terms. There. Now that's installed, they can launch Lockdown browser. Now, when I click Lockdown browser, I'm going to open Lockdown browser, and yes, I'm going to use it. If there's any other programs that are running that could screen capture, it will close those programs. I don't have any open, so I didn't get that message. And then I'm going to start the quiz. There's only one question. Hit submit again. And I got my score. I'm done. And now I can exit Lockdown browser. And I'm back to D2L.